Buddy Hield burst onto the NBA scene with a bang. He was a scoring machine in college. He won the Wooden Award. His NBA career started strong. Hield showcased his sharpshooting with the Sacramento Kings. Fans loved his energy and swagger. But things changed in Sacramento. The team struggled. Hield's role shifted. He was traded to the Indiana Pacers in 2022. The move was meant to revive his career. However, Hield couldn't recapture his early magic in Indiana. His scoring dips. His shooting percentages dropped. Questions arose about his fit and future. The NBA world was shocked. Just before the 2025 trade deadline, news broke. Buddy Hield was on the move again. This time, his destination was unexpected: the Phoenix Suns. The Suns, led by Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, were already contenders. Adding Hield's shooting seemed like a luxury. The trade sent shockwaves through the league. Why would the Suns make this move? What did they see in Hield? Was this the right fit for him? These questions swirled as Hield prepared to join his new team. The Phoenix Suns saw something special in Buddy Hield. They saw a player who had the potential to be a game changer, someone who could elevate their team to new heights. Hield's journey in the NBA has been a roller coaster, filled with moments of brilliance and periods of struggle. But the Suns believe that in their system, surrounded by the right teammates, Hield can rediscover his best form. They saw a player with untapped potential, a player who, with the right guidance and support, could become one of the league's premier shooters. Hield's work ethic is undeniable. He spends countless hours on the court, honing his craft, perfecting his shot, and working on his weaknesses. The Suns' coaching staff is excited to work with him, believing that they can unlock the superstar within. Hield's ability to stretch the floor as a shooter was exactly what they needed. In today's NBA, having a player who can consistently hit three-pointers is invaluable. It opens up the floor, creates driving lanes for other players, and forces the defense to stay honest. Hield's shooting prowess can be a game-changer for the Suns, providing them with a weapon that few teams possess. Alongside Durant and Booker, Hield would have space to thrive. Playing with two of the league's most dynamic scorers means that Hield will often find himself with open looks. Defenses will be so focused on stopping Durant and Booker that Hield will have the freedom to operate. This trio has the potential to be one of the most formidable offensive units in the league. He would get open looks. With defenders collapsing on Durant and Booker, Hield will have the opportunity to showcase his shooting skills. These open shots could be the key to unlocking his confidence and rhythm. When Hield is in the zone, he's nearly unstoppable, and the Suns are banking on him finding that groove. He could rediscover his shooting stroke. The Suns' training staff is dedicated to helping Hield regain his form. With personalized training regimens, advanced analytics, and a supportive environment, they believe that Hield can return to being one of the league's top shooters. It's a journey that requires patience, hard work, and belief, but the potential rewards are immense. This trade is a gamble for both sides. For the Suns, it's a bet on Hield's ability to regain his form and become a key contributor. For Hield, it's a chance to prove that he still has what it takes to compete at the highest level. Both parties are taking a risk, but the potential payoff could be huge. The Suns are betting on Hield's ability to regain his form. They believe that in their system, with their coaching and alongside their star players, Hield can become the player they need him to be. It's a calculated risk, but one that they feel is worth taking. The potential upside is too great to ignore. Hield is betting on himself to prove the doubters wrong. He's heard the critics, the naysayers, who believe his best days are behind him. But Hield is determined to show that he still has plenty left in the tank. He's motivated, focused, and ready to take on the challenge. This is his chance to rewrite his story. Can he rise to the occasion? The stage is set, the spotlight is on, and the expectations are high. Hield has the talent, the drive, and the opportunity. Now it's up to him to deliver. The Suns are giving him the platform, and it's time for Hield to shine. Can he be the missing piece for a championship run? Only time will tell. The journey ahead is filled with challenges, but also with immense possibilities. If Hield can rise to the occasion, he could be the final piece in the Suns' championship puzzle. The future is uncertain, but the potential is undeniable. The Golden State Warriors, the defending champions, were now on the ropes. They had just lost Game 6 against the Houston Rockets. The series was tied 3-3. Game 7 loomed large ahead. Doubts crept in. Could this be the end of an era? The Warriors looked out of sync in Game 6. Their shots weren't falling. Their defense was shaky. The Rockets, led by a resurgent James Harden, were playing with confidence. The pressure was on the Warriors. They needed to dig deep to find a way to win. Section 5, Locker Room Leadership, the Turning Point. After the Game 6 loss, the Warriors held a players-only meeting. The atmosphere was tense, the air thick with the weight of expectations and the sting of recent defeat. The locker room, usually a place of camaraderie and lighthearted banter, had transformed into a crucible of reflection and resolve. No coaches, no staff, just the players, facing each other, their championship legacy on the line. It was a moment of truth, a time to confront their fears and doubts head-on. Each player knew that this meeting could be the turning point of their season, the moment that would define their legacy. What was said in that room remained a secret, but the impact was undeniable. The players emerged with a renewed sense of purpose, their eyes burning with determination. The silence of the locker room had given way to a powerful unspoken bond that united them in their quest for victory. Veterans like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green spoke up. Their voices carried the weight of experience and the wisdom of past battles. They reminded the team of the values that had brought them success: hard work, resilience, and unwavering belief in each other. They reminded the team of their identity. They spoke of the pride of wearing the Warriors jersey, the honor of representing their city, and the responsibility that came with it. They urged their teammates to dig deep, to find that inner strength that had carried them through countless challenges. They emphasized the importance of trust and togetherness. They knew that their success depended not on individual brilliance but on their ability to work as a cohesive unit. They spoke of the power of unity, of the magic that happens when a group of individuals comes together with a common goal. They reignited the fire that had fueled their championship runs. They spoke of the joy of playing the game they loved, the thrill of competition, and the sweet taste of victory. They reminded each other of the sacrifices they had made, the hours of training, the pain and sweat that had brought them to this point. The message was clear: we've been here before. They had faced adversity before and had come out stronger. They knew that this was just another challenge, another opportunity to prove their mettle. They were ready to fight, to give everything they had for each other and for their fans. We know how to win. The players left the locker room with a renewed sense of purpose, ready to take on whatever came their way. They knew that the road ahead would be tough, but they were confident in their ability to overcome any obstacle. They were the Warriors, and they were ready to reclaim their throne. Section 6, Game 7 Warriors back in business. Game 7 at Chase Center was electric. The Warriors, fueled by the locker room meeting, came out with a vengeance. They played with a renewed sense of urgency and purpose. Their defense was stifling. Their offense was flowing. Stephen Curry led the way with his signature brilliance. He scored 22 points and dished out 7 assists. But it was a complete team effort. Draymond Green brought his defensive intensity. Klay Thompson found his shooting stroke. The Warriors were firing on all cylinders. Section 7. Playoff picture, new dynamics, new hopes. The Warriors' Game 7 victory was a statement. It was a testament to their resilience and determination, showcasing their ability to rise to the occasion when it mattered most. The atmosphere was electric, with fans on the edge of their seats, witnessing a thrilling display of skill and tenacity. The Warriors, with their seasoned veterans and emerging stars, demonstrated that they still had the fire and the fight to compete at the highest level. They showed the league that they were not done yet. This victory was more than just a win. It was a message to every other team in the league. The camaraderie and unity within the team were palpable as they celebrated together, knowing that this was just the beginning of their journey. The Warriors had faced numerous challenges throughout the season, but their unwavering spirit and collective effort had brought them to this pivotal moment. They earned a date with the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference semifinals. The anticipation was building as fans and analysts alike speculated on the outcome of this exciting matchup. The Timberwolves, with their youthful exuberance and dynamic playstyle, posed a formidable challenge. The stage was set for an epic showdown, with both teams eager to prove their worth and advance further in the playoffs. The Timberwolves, led by Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, were a young and hungry team. Their energy and enthusiasm were infectious, and they had quickly become fan favorites. Edwards, with his explosive athleticism and scoring ability, was a rising star, while Towns' versatility and leadership made him a cornerstone of the team. The Timberwolves had shown tremendous growth and potential throughout the season, and they were determined to make a deep playoff run. Meanwhile, Buddy Hield's arrival in Phoenix shook things up. The Suns had already been a strong team, but Hield's addition brought a new dimension to their offense. Known for his sharpshooting and clutch performances, Hield was expected to be a game-changer. His ability to stretch the floor and create scoring opportunities made the Suns even more formidable. Fans in Phoenix were buzzing with excitement, hopeful that Hield could be the missing piece to their championship puzzle. The Suns were now even more dangerous offensively. With Hield in the lineup, they had a potent mix of perimeter shooting and inside scoring. The team's chemistry was evident as they practiced and played with a renewed sense of purpose. The coaching staff had worked tirelessly to integrate Hield into their system, and the results were promising. The Suns were poised to make a significant impact in the playoffs, and their fans were eagerly anticipating the upcoming games. Hield's shooting could be the X factor they needed to make a deep playoff run. His ability to hit clutch shots under pressure added a new layer of excitement to the Suns' games. Opposing defenses would have to account for his presence on the court, creating more opportunities for his teammates. The Suns' balanced attack and Hield's sharpshooting made them a team to watch in the Western Conference. The Western Conference was wide open, with several teams capable of making a deep run. The competition was fierce. The Warriors, the Suns, and the Timberwolves were all contenders. Each team had its strengths and unique storylines, making the playoffs an unpredictable and thrilling spectacle. Fans from all over were glued to their screens, eagerly following every game and every play. The stage was set for an unforgettable postseason filled with drama, excitement, and the promise of new champions emerging. The Warriors, the Suns, and the Timberwolves were all contenders. The journey ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear. The battle for supremacy in the Western Conference would be intense. Each game would be a test of skill, strategy, and heart. As the playoffs progressed, new heroes would emerge, and unforgettable moments would be etched into the annals of basketball history. The excitement was palpable and the hopes of fans were higher than ever. The Western Conference playoffs were set to be a thrilling ride, full of twists and turns, as teams vied for the ultimate prize. Section 8. Your take: Hield's future, Warriors' chances? What do you think about Buddy Hield's move to the Suns? Can he regain his all-star form in Phoenix? Will the Warriors' championship experience be enough to overcome the Timberwolves' youthful energy? Share your thoughts in the comments below.